Hey everybody who's tuning in. I didn't mean to press the go live button a minute earlier than what I did. So y'all are just going to have to hang out with me just a second. Situated. Butterfingers. Butterfingers. How are... Uh-oh. Doing some maintenance works here, guys. I did not mean to press the button. So I'm sorry that all of y'all are seeing me set up right now. I hope y'all are all having a great day today. Now, I'm happy to be back and seeing y'all. Today we will be talking about YouTube and putting the flower farm on YouTube. What I've learned from putting the flower farm on YouTube. It's definitely been a journey after being a little over a year on the YouTube. So I appreciate y'all joining me today. Yeah, live chat's on. Perfect. How are you all doing today? Y'all doing great? See, I've got 10 people, but I can't see you in the messages. Are my messages working? I think all messages are visible. Okay, great. We're just gonna wait a little bit longer, a couple more seconds, just for people to get on. Hi Jody, how are you? Hey Alan. Yeah, doing good. I'm a little tired. I've been running. Got right off work and came here 8 and got in here. I am, if you're new to my channel, I am in zone 8B, Ruston, Louisiana. So nice warm zone. We are currently highs in the 70s, almost in the 80s sometimes, and then right now the lows are in the 40s. So we're in our springtime weather, which will normally last maybe a week or two, and then it's just going to be hot. Just hot and miserable. You know, spring. I think everybody gets like 2 weeks of spring, and then it's just hot. Jody, I appreciate it. All right, guys, so we're going to get into it. Today, we're talking about YouTube and what I've learned putting the flower farm on YouTube. And I was going to do this as a nice edited video. However, time has gotten away from me. It's been crazy. So crazy. 1 minute, it's like, I'm ready for spring. And then the next, it's like, holy moly, spring is here. I'm behind and there's so much to do. So I figured, why not make it a live? Let's just have fun with it. We'll talk about everything. I want to start off with why I started YouTube in the first place. I actually started growing flowers in 2020. Hello, COVID. It was, for those of you who don't know, a funny story, backstory here. I was recovering after surgery in March of 2020, and I was high on painkillers. And I was just scrolling through the YouTube, and I came across You Can't Eat the Grass. Serena's beginner cut flowers video is what I came across, and her opening line was, "My husband is too cheap to buy me flowers, so I buy my own." And for some reason, in my state, I forgot that I can't grow anything and that I'm a plant killer. I kill aloe vera. And I thought, oh my God, Serena is so right. My husband is too cheap to buy me flowers. Sorry, honey. I really should grow my own. And I went to ordering everything, and it just spiraled and things started showing up. And my husband's like, Jesse, why do we have 100 packets of flower food for vase life? Like, I'm going to start a flower farm, honey, and I'm going to grow flowers. Have you even started seeds? Nope, but I'm going to grow flowers. He said, okay. Everybody thought it was crazy. And as I watched more YouTubers with their flower farm, I discovered Flower Hill Farm, Nicole Pittman, and I was really inspired by Nicole's, like, she is so funny and quirky. I'm funny and quirky. I think I am anyway. I said, you know, she makes this look so easy. I should do this. I could help make money for the flower farm if I put it on YouTube. So I decided, let's do it. Let's put it on YouTube. Let's take everybody along on this crazy flower journey. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're going to learn together. And that's how I came to be on YouTube. Serena inspired me to start growing flowers. And Nicole at Flower Hill Farm is the reason I'm here today with you doing a live chat on YouTube. And yeah, here we are. And YouTube is not easy. Oh my goodness. It is so not easy. It took me about 9 months before I got monetized. I took 4 or 5 months before I got to my first 100 subscribers. It was a lot of, Mom and Dad, can y'all watch my videos? Hey guys, I'm on YouTube. And it was also dealing with the weird fact that I'm on YouTube. My daughter had her little friends popping on to watch my YouTube videos. I'm like, this is so weird. I can't believe I'm a YouTuber. But I've gotten over that. I tell everybody, I'm like, hey, I got a YouTube channel. You should check it out. Buy some flowers from me. So I've gotten over the shame of being a 30-year-old, almost, mid 30-year-old on YouTube. But I have learned that YouTube is seasonal when you're doing it for flower farming. If you are starting a YouTube channel for flower farming, this is how you're going to go. Understand it is very seasonal. It's going to start up around February-ish as everybody starts searching for seeds and wanting to look at pretty flowers. And then it really, for me last year, it hit its max potential in July when I had all my flowers going, is when I had the most views. And then it started slowly going down as we got into August. Excuse me, guys, I got gunk in my throat. As we went through August and down to December, January, my views just went just like that. There were no pretty flowers to put up. So I've learned YouTube for the farming community, especially flower farming, is very seasonal. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I'm glad that inspired you. It's nice to know that I'm helping put more flower people out there. Kind of like Florette. No, not like Florette, but I'm glad that other people are seeing my journey and are taking the plunge, because guys, if I can do this, anybody can do it. One of the things from Ireland, oh, hey, Veronica. Nice to see you. Thank you. I've learned is YouTube is very time consuming. One mistake I really made last year was I did not take enough pictures and B-roll. I was so concentrated on just trying to get footage of me doing things and getting things done that I didn't take the time to stop and capture the beauty of what my farm actually looked like. I'm going through all this old footage now, trying to find B-roll to put in, these current videos. And I'm like, man, my sunflowers were beautiful. I should have stopped and taken time to actually get some B-roll of that. My zinnias, when they were at their max, I should have taken time and, kind of went over. So B-roll. B-roll is the filler moments when you're just seeing a bunch of flowers and I'm talking over. It's when Serena and Ian are doing the drone shots where you can see their flower field and they're talking or there's just music. That's B-roll. It's when we're not actually doing anything, but you're seeing the flowers, you're seeing filler film, basically. That is B-roll. And I didn't take enough of that last year. I'm really working on it this year. I am taking time to record my ranunculus, record my anemones, the tulips. I didn't realize how much time it actually takes. Y'all, to get some good B-roll, it takes a lot of sitting there nice and still, waiting on the wind to blow so you get that nice wind-blown picture of the flowers. It's taking time to make sure you're capturing the bees when they're on your sunflowers. And then it's also having lots of material to work with, having lots of pictures for your social media. So if you're selling at the farmer's market and you're trying to get that social media going, I went my paper. It really helps if you have pictures of your beautiful flowers. So be sure that if you're starting YouTube, that you really do take time to get that B-roll, get all those beautiful pictures of your flowers, because the camera, it doesn't capture the beauty of the farm when it's on you and you're actually working. When I'm harvesting those sunflowers, y'all aren't getting the up close beauty that they really are. But Oh my goodness, they are gorgeous. So B-roll and more pictures, that is definitely something I'm doing this year that I've learned from my first year of YouTube, and I'm kicking myself so hard. So I'm like, anytime I'm doing a seed starting video, I'm like, how long should you film a B-roll? So Lisa, it really, how long depends on you. I try to get anywhere from a minute to 2 minutes of B-roll of different clips. What you actually see, the end product, is normally 10 to 20 seconds of B-roll, of just clips that I've had to edit down to be the best part that I think fit that segment or what I'm talking about at the time. So B-roll is very useful to fill in gaps where our attention spans aren't that great. So unless you're listening to somebody on YouTube while you're doing your makeup or cooking, like I listen to You Can Eat the Grass or Laura with Garden Answer in the mornings while I'm doing my makeup for work, that's when I'm listening to YouTube. But if they're not listening and they're physically sitting in front of a TV or phone watching, that B-roll helps fill in and keep the eye occupied while you're talking. So like this live chat, someone probably isn't going to watch this replay physically sitting down in front of their phone and watch the replay. They're probably going to be doing something, some activity, because it's kind of boring just watching me sit here and talk unless you're actually part of the conversation in the live chat. So B-roll helps keep that the occupation, helps keep your viewer have something for them to look at while you're talking or having time pass by. So B-roll is very, very useful. And also, if you're selling at the farmer's market or to CSA, you can use that B-roll to create beautiful clips of your flowers to post on your social media. So then everybody's oohing and awing at your beautiful flowers. Whereas if you're just filming when you're planting the sunflowers or harvesting the sunflowers, you're missing an opportunity. You're really missing an opportunity. Hey, Sarah. So be sure to take that time, even if you're not on YouTube, if you're selling cut flowers, guys, take time to take some pictures and some video clips that you can kind of put together and use in your phone and post on your social media. My tulip video clip that I did for my social media, I posted it on Instagram. So many views, so many customers replied how much they love seeing the beauty of the tulips. It was just a simple, I ran my phone by a table full of tulips, and then I put in clips of me holding the tulips as close as I could to the camera. My face wasn't in it at all. It was just the flowers. And then at the end of the clip, I had my logo saying fresh cut flowers available at Ruston. Come see me at the farmer's market. And it did really well. A lot of people saw it. I gotta look at my notes. When I tell you I've been running today, I have been running. And with the B-roll and pictures, please don't make this mistake. Don't just upload it and then forget about it. Label. Take time to label the footage, because I am right now, I labeled nothing. I labeled my actual videos that I made for you guys last year, but I didn't label the individual clips that I had and what they were. So I'm having to go through, I think I had sunflowers in July, and look through every single clip to see if I can find a segment with sunflowers that I can use in these future videos. So if you're doing YouTube, make sure that you're uploading your B-roll and your pictures, more than organizing and labeling them the best you can where you can search for them easy. It will save you so much time in the long run. I'm still struggling with this just because I'm so short on time. Tomorrow morning, as a matter of fact, when I wake up, I will be hooking my phone to my computer. Hey, Pixie Petal Farm! I will be hooking my phone up to my computer, downloading all the film and pictures that I've taken this week already, and labeling and then organizing. I currently have all my film stuff by month and year, and I'm going to have to change that a little bit. I've got Anemone B-roll folder, and I have to go search for it every single time because I forget where I've stored it. I'm like, I know I have an Anemone B-roll pictures video somewhere. It isn't clear. Let's see where. Oh, hey Jody, has it still been unclear? Because if not, I will go inside where it may be clearer So let me know if it's still breaking up, guys. If I'm like constantly out, let me know. I'll go inside where my phone signal's better. But be sure to let me know. But I need to create a folder of just B-roll and then label what the B-roll is instead of putting it in my month. Because right now I've got March, Farmers Market, 3/17/2022, and I've got all my clips in there, and I'm trying to label the clips, lots of tulip footage, harvesting tulips, showing tulips off, things like that. So take your clips, put them, organize them so that you can find them later, and then next year or during the winter months when okay, Lisa, thanks. I'll go inside. Y'all bear with me. Take a tour of the garden and ignore the mess that is inside my house, y'all, because we're gonna have to go through it. Yeah, my phone signal is just not the best. I was hoping I could do it outside without issues. It's gonna get really bad in just a second, so just bear with me. The phone signal is even worse until I get to a certain part of the house. That's an up close of my face. Don't look at my laundry. Don't look at this stuff. Hey, baby. My house is a mess because it's flower farm season, so don't judge me harshly.
Don't look at my laundry.
I know, don't look at the laundry on the table. Yes, a normal house. Like I said in last week's video, ain't nothing getting done right now because flower farm. I should be coming a little bit more clear now, guys. I'm just going to set you up. The good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah, I'm good with that when it's me, but not my house. When it comes to my house, I'm like, please don't notice the mess. Plug in this light. There we go. Now I got to raise you up. They're just short. Oh my goodness, y'all. Sometimes these lives, I try to think of a way I'm going to do it, and then it's just bad. Okay. Hey, Spring Meadow Farm. You're here to watch me, not my house. Thank goodness, because it's a train wreck right now. But I actually did laundry this morning, so I'm kind of proud of myself. Alright, so do I look better now? Let me shut my bathroom doors. You don't see that mess. I hope I'm not pixelated. Great now. Okay, thank you, Veronica. Sorry about that, guys. So, back to YouTube, now that we've taken a tour of my house and the mess that is. I hope I made you feel better about your own home. But YouTube is also very time consuming. I talked about how Nicole at Flower Hill Farm, watching her, she makes it look so easy. And the truth is, it is not easy. Alan, stay tuned for Sunday's video. There'll be an update on the deer issue then. But YouTube is extremely time consuming. You don't realize some of those shots that we do. You see me in the golf cart coming by, driving in the field. But then what you're not seeing is I had to walk out into the field, set up the camera, then walk back, grab the golf cart, then get the shot, then get out of the golf cart, grab the camera, move it to the next shot, and then drive again. So to get those nice easy shots, the morning coffee shots I do on my market videos, that's hard for me to do. I'm having to sit there and I get it just right, pour in the coffee, move the camera, do the next step, move the camera, do the next step, move the camera. It's a lot of moving. Just the filming itself takes so much time, and then you've got to make sure that the sun, filming outside is just so hard on a sunny day because you go from light to dark in an instant, or you've got shadows all on your face. Not to mention the editing. The editing, depending on how involved you get, takes hours. So here's a day of my life right now, currently. I wake up at 5 a.m., do my hair and makeup for work, and then I go and I sit at my laptop and I work on editing the next YouTube video until it's time to take my kids to school. Then I take my kids to school about, 2 hours later, and then I come back and I spend another 30 minutes or so editing. And then I go to my full-time job, get off of my full-time job, come home, eat, because my husband cooks. I can't cook, y'all. Thank God my husband likes to cook. And then I go outside, I harvest, do chores out there, and then I come back inside, and if I'm pressed for time, I edit some more, and then I just crash. So I spend about 10 to 20 hours roughly editing each video, and that's not doing too much to the video. There are people who spend 40 hours or more editing. So if you're going to start a YouTube channel and put yourself out there, be aware it does take a lot of effort and time. You could put up a video where you're just talking and you don't have to make those cuts, and it would be one boring video. If I just showed you, everything I was doing without adding a little bit of this and that, the videos would be way boring. You need that B-roll. There goes that word again. You gotta use the B-roll. You gotta put in the pictures. You gotta add in some music. You've gotta do the shots that normally you would just go and do, but you've gotta stop. You gotta move the camera. So instead of just getting, sorry Veronica, if it's getting pixelated again, it's just the house. I can't help it at this point. It should come back in a minute. But I can't just get in the golf cart and go ride to the back to plant daffodils. I have to walk out, put up the camera, walk back, get in the cart, ride out. It's time consuming. So be aware, starting YouTube, be prepared to spend a lot of time editing and shooting up shots. And there's nothing more frustrating than shooting like a whole 30-minute segment and then you go to watch it back and your head's cut off. Or I had this really fancy mic and I think the connection is bad because I'll go and the audio is and I'm like, great, I can't use this. The audio is horrible and nobody's going to listen to it when they're going so then it's like, all right, well, if it's a situation I can refilm, I'll refilm. But these market videos, a lot of it isn't able to be refilmed. I can't refilm myself harvesting flowers. You harvest, you're done. I can't put them back. I can't refilm myself starting seedlings unless I'm starting a whole new tray of them. So be sure when you set up these shots that you're really testing your shot and getting in front. There's so much footage of me just going, test shot, can you see me? How do I look? How's my face? Am I orange? Or am I white as can be? A lot of those that, I have to cut and see. I'll sometimes get my kids out there to help me. I'm like, tell me, can you see me? Can you see my hand? Can you see this hand? Yeah, we can see you. I'm like, okay. Yes, YouTube is like a full-time job. Whew. I don't know how to do it either. I'm so tired. Are you thinking about doing flower farm full-time? Is it just a desire? Okay. We'll get to that. Remind me of that and I'll talk about it in the end because that's a loaded question. That is a very loaded question for me. Let's see. So if you are starting a YouTube channel as well, just FYI, lighting and video quality is forgivable. I shoot everything on my phone. Everything is shot on my phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. I would really like to upgrade to a camera, but when I do, I want to buy a camera that I really want, and the camera I really want is about $2,000, and then the lenses, to buy more lenses would be even more expensive, and I have no camera knowledge. So I'm having to just watch other YouTubers and learn about the cameras and get their opinions on which one's the best one for what I do. So you don't have to have fancy equipment. I literally just have my phone. I have a selfie light and 2 selfie stands. I also have a lapel mic that clips to me into the phone. I think I've got some dirt in my phone charging port, and that's why my mics are messing up a little bit. You'll notice I'm not wearing my mic tonight like I normally do, because it's messed up the past couple of times. Audio is unforgivable. So if your lighting's a little off, if your video's not that great, people will still watch as long as the audio is good. And that's something I've been trying to work on is get my audio better. I'm trying to wear a mic, but I'm running into those issues with it going. I hope you can hear that. My throat's dry and I left my water outside. And nobody's going to listen to bad audio. So get your audio good. Make sure people can hear you well and that it's not pitchy or weird noises in the background that are distracting. So guys, I started this channel back in November of 2020. And like I said, I became monetized in August. And to get monetized, you have to reach 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, which is harder than it sounds. It took me 8 months to get to the 1,000 subs, and then it took me 10 months total to get to the 4,000 watch hours. You're going to have a lot of people going sub for sub. Do not do sub for sub. It is not worth it. It's going to hurt your algorithm. It's going to possibly get you demonetized if you do get monetized with it. And it could get you kicked out of YouTube. Do not do sub for sub. It's going to look bad. Because what normally happens is you've got all these subscribers. You've got like 5,000 subs. But only 1,000 of them are your actual subscribers that really came to view your channel. And what happens is YouTube's going to send out your videos to all these subscribers, but less than half actually watch your videos. That's going to hurt you and cause your growth to... So be aware of that. Don't fall sub for sub. Don't fall for these scams of your video has lots of potential. Your channel should be doing better. I can get your channel way further with this amount of money. No, they can't. There's a few people I would recommend that do sell channel maker classes that are legit, but the ones who are commenting on your video saying I can make your video better, blah 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 blah, they're scams. They're people that are just trying to scam you or do sub for sub. It's not worth it. Are y'all wondering how much I've made on YouTube? Anybody want to guess? So since August, my first month on YouTube, I was monetized on August 20th. And I made a whole $3 for August. After that, I made about 50. And then finally, I started making about $100 a month, which is good because it's allowed me to subscribe to Artlist, which is royalty-free music. That's where I get music now for my YouTube channel. It allows me to pay for my Canva subscription. That's what I use to make my thumbnails. And also where I can get some B-roll if I don't have any of my own to make for like the plane taking off and things like that, or to add certain kind of words and designs into my videos. And I'm currently saving up for the camera. So YouTube's actually kind of helping me pay for itself at this point. It's also allowed me to buy a mic and some bulbs. But at this point, I'm at about $800 from YouTube since I started in August from monetization. $800 isn't bad, guys. It's really awesome that, the channel is finally supporting itself. So thank you, everybody who keeps watching my YouTube videos and sharing them. Y'all are really helping me because it's a lot of work. So I did want to make some recommendations. I don't know how many of you are actually thinking about starting a YouTube channel and you need some help, maybe some directions. Lord knows I have a small channel. I'm only a little over 2,000 subscribers at the time of this recording. But you know what? I feel like I've got a good base because you can't put yourself and compare yourself to everybody else who started at the same time. There's a lot of YouTubers who started at the same time I did and have way more subscribers than I do. But some of them, when they post a video, it takes a long time to get their views. You guys are awesome. My subscribers show up to watch my videos. I'm like, yes. So I'm a slow grower, but I feel like I've got a great base with all of you, that we're a good community together, that y'all always return to see what's going on with the farm. Y'all are so uplifting and wouldn't trade it for the world. But if you are thinking about starting and you need some help, Think Media is great. Think Media is a YouTube channel and website, Facebook. They're great for getting you from 0 subs to 1,000 subs and how to really get in the search-based criteria. So they're great for very beginners of what to do. Roberto Blake. I really, really enjoy Roberto Blake. He is also a YouTuber, and he teaches how to get merchandise, how to do merchandise, how to get brand deals, sponsorships, how to make money besides just AdSense. Because AdSense is great and everything, guys, but you can't rely on it. I was making about $100 a month between August through December, and then January I had more views than December, but I was getting paid way less because the advertisement dropped. I was making maybe about half in January and February. So you need the merchandise sales. Hello, merchandise. Living on a Prayer Flower Farm is available in the description below, just saying. So you need merchandise. You need affiliate links from Amazon. You can get with Amazon and have affiliation links. I've made a couple bucks from the Amazon affiliate links from people buying the Power Planter Auger or Lisa Mason Ziegler's book through my link. So be aware, AdSense is great, but there are other ways to make money using YouTube. And Roberto Blake is great on how to do that. So he's about growing your business and not just your channel. And he's completely a real person, down to earth, very down to earth. There's Channel Makers. That's the name of that YouTube channel, Channel Makers with Nate. He is amazing. If you're really struggling like I do, he goes in and he does channel roast, which means he watches people's video and he tells you everything that they've done wrong and what he would do instead and what they need to do. And it's like, oh my gosh, I've been doing that. No wonder, everything's kind of been stuck. So, Channel Makers, highly recommend them for going up. And then the cream of the crop would be Daryl Eves. Daryl Eves is a mega YouTube superstar. He's got like all these silver play buttons and everything. It costs like over $1,000 just to talk to the man, which I don't have. But I did buy his book. He did write a book, The YouTube Formula, not sponsored. And I'm still working through it. I would probably be a lot further ahead in my YouTube journey if I would stop and read it. But he's got a lot of helpful advice as well as far as how to create thumbnails, how to get those clicks. He comes from a marketing firm and he's about understanding your audience. That's why sometimes I ask those poll questions of, what are you doing today? What's your favorite thing to do when you get home? It's because I'm trying to learn, who are you? Who are you and what do you like to do? Because then that helps me learn, okay, these people probably like to drink coffee in the morning. They may be like me where they're not morning people and they can relate to me standing there in my bathroom, my hair all messy, being like, on market morning. Things like that. Because people don't watch YouTube just to watch YouTube. People watch YouTube to connect with other people. You don't watch Serena and Ian with You Can't Eat the Grass because you just want to see the flowers. You continue to watch them because you like them. Same with Flower Hill Farm. Yeah, you watch the how-to videos to learn, but you keep coming back because you like Nicole. You like her quirkiness. You relate to her. And that's something I'm trying to work on, is be more relatable, more likable, and work on my YouTube journey. So you had asked, what is the end goal? And the goal at first was to get to 1,000 subs. Done that. The goal now is to get to 5,000 subs. On the way. Full-time job. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to be able to do flower farming and YouTube full-time. Would love it. But I have to think about the future. Flower farming is back-breaking work. My body hates me from this past weekend. When you watch this Sunday's video, you're going to see what I was up to. And I tell you, my legs are still killing me. So as much as I would love to do this full-time, I don't know if that's an actual possibility. I don't know if it would ever get big enough for me to retire with when my body is breaking. I enjoy it. I love it. I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can. But I also love my full-time job that I do now. And I'm actually at a crossroads with it as we speak. They want me to go back to school and learn accounting. I'm a college dropout, guys. Me and my husband, we were expecting our firstborn child. I was like, I hate college. I'm pregnant. I'm vomiting everywhere. I'm dropping out. Should have stayed in college. But it's kind of hard to know what you want to be when you grow up when you're only 19 or 20, you know? So they want me to go back to school for accounting and learn accounting and business administration. And I really hate school. I don't see the point in learning things that I don't need to know to get my degree. I really don't want to have to take all these math classes and English classes to get an accounting degree. I mean, I could really use the English class because my grammar is horrendous. Y'all have heard me talk. It's horrible. You should see my writing, and I cannot spell to save my life. That's what Google's for, right? But I've got to decide. I'm probably going to end up going back to school. The reason is, even if it's not just for my job, it's if I continue on this journey, having an accounting degree will really help me be able to help this business succeed and know how to run it a little bit better. So it would help me in the long run if I ever did become full-time, which would be great. I mean, you know, it would be awesome because right now it's very stressful. I'm burning the candle at both ends and I'm having to make myself rest. My husband said last night, I think I came in around 7:30, he's like, Jessie, you're going to need to rest. You have been running all week. It's like, I know I haven't sat down since last Monday, but I got stuff that has to be done. It's spring. It's spring. Woo! And I've got so much I need to do. I started to set up irrigation this past Sunday. I was like, I think I'm going to set up my irrigation system. There's still daylight. I went to pull out the poly tubing and it was all cold and I was like, nope, I can't do this. I can't do this. I got to go inside. I'm tired. Especially at the point where you're just kind of like stumbling around because you're just like so tired and you just can't even think. That's been me. That's why we're doing this at 6 o'clock. Because if I did it at 6:30 or 7, my time, I would be stumbling in here and I would be asleep. I could really use some coffee right now. So, any questions on YouTube, software, anything, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Flower farm questions. Y'all have anything? I'm just sitting here flapping my gums like I don't have anything to do. I still got to go harvest daffodils and anemones because the market is Saturday. Oh, and I still have to wash my buckets. I haven't washed my buckets. My buckets are still in my car from 2 weeks ago from the last market. I still need to wash them and I just haven't done it. Is that lazy or what? Late to the party. Ah, Hava, welcome. Hey, Candace. Glad to see y'all. Oh, I bumped it. Oh my gosh, 1 a.m. Veronica? Thank you. I don't know if I could stay up to 1 a.m. these days. I've gotten to be an old person. I'm in bed by 9 o'clock p.m. my time, and I'm asleep by 10. If I'm up to 11, I'm like, is it 2 a.m.? It feels so late. Gone are the days of staying up late for me. Not unless I can have a nap. Maybe a really good nap. No more midnight premieres at the movie theaters or concerts that late. I don't think I could survive them anymore. For editing software, I will say I use Filmora for editing my YouTube videos. I have upgraded to Filmora Pro. You can buy base Filmora for $40 for a whole year. And it's a great software. It's very user-friendly if you're just starting editing. Very user-friendly. Filmora Pro, I'm still learning it. I thought it would be similar. It's completely different. Completely different. And I'm still learning. I turned myself orange in one of my videos by accident. And then at one point, I had it where I had two Jessies going because I had it overlaid. I'm like, how did I do this and how do I undo this? ugh. I'm getting to the point in life where technology is like behind me, and I kind of feel like my parents, when they first upgraded to smartphones, are like, my apps keep moving, Jesse. This phone ain't good for nothing. It keeps moving my apps. I'm like, it's because you're putting it in your pocket without turning off the thing. You're leaving it on and putting it in your pocket, Dad. No, I'm not. I hope he's not watching this, Mom. Don't tell him I said that. But now the man can't live without his phone. He's got to have that smartphone with him. So, no questions, guys? None for YouTube? Well, give y'all just a second to ask anything if you want. But Sunday's video will be going up. We'll be talking about the deer issue. I won't be going to market in Sunday's video. I am going to market this Saturday. Daffodils, anemones, and ranunculus. I don't know if I'm going to grow ranunculus next year. I'm really debating on it, if I want to grow them or not. And then daffodils are just amazing. My tulips, they're done. And you know the funny thing is, I uncovered the horrible tulips that I think had tulip rot, tulip fire, not sure. I uncovered those so the deer would just eat them and take them out for me, because I want to put basil in that area. They haven't touched them. The deer have not touched the tulips. They're like, Jess, these aren't even good enough for us. We won't eat them. I'm like, I finally uncover something for you to eat and you won't even eat it? Really? Really? The deer. I swear. All right, y'all. Well, I've had a great time hanging out with all of you, and I will see y'all in Sunday's video. Thank you once again for always supporting me and being here. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all are awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, hey, sorry. I went to say bye. I didn't have any questions. What software do you use? I use Filmora. What seeds are you starting? Y'all, I'm going to learn this technology one day. I don't know why it wasn't popping up. I do all my editing through my phone. Not my phone, my computer. So I film everything on my computer, and then I film everything on my phone, and then I upload it to my computer. See, I'm tired of getting backwards. So everything's done on my computer, and then I upload it from there. The weather is good. It's nice and sunny right now. So probably, Lisa, the more often you can post, the better, with a catch. They say normally you want to give a video 2 days between posting. But at the same time, if you're just starting out, you want to create lots of videos so you can get better at making videos. And I mean, it's true. The more videos you post, the better you get. For those of you who have stuck around and didn't leave and I said, bye, I'm sorry. I didn't see any of the questions popping up. So, yeah. The more you post, the better it is, because then you're everywhere. Hey, Brampton Gardner, how are you doing, Michelle? So, Garden Answer, think about her. She posts every single day. And she's everywhere. She pops up everywhere. So if you're just starting out, if you can manage a video constantly, go for it, because 1, you can get those skills up. 2, you're everywhere. It's awesome. Yeah, you missed the comments. I've never had that happen to me before. I'm like, why is nobody saying anything? This is weird. I could have sworn that y'all would be saying something, because chat wasn't popping up. And y'all were like, why is she ignoring my questions? Promise I wasn't ignoring them. Yeah, posting every day would be difficult. The only way you're really going to post is if you keep things really simple, or if this is a full-time job for you. If you don't really have much to do, you can probably pull it off, but it's really, really hard to post constantly. For a while in my earlier videos, I was able to post 2 videos a week, but to give you the best video that I'm able to do, I've got to post once a week minimum, and sometimes not even then. Yeah, quality is very important. Laura has an editor. One day I'll get to that. Laura has an editor, so they just send in, the film, and they have somebody edit for them. They're at that point in their YouTube career, which one day, because guys, I do not enjoy editing. I will sit there and I will grumble and I will complain. Like, rah! My husband's coming and he's like, what's wrong with, I did blah 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 and the video's doing something weird. For some reason it's showing like a daffodil in the middle of this scene. I don't know why. I don't know what went wrong. And now I've got to delete it and start over on this part. But quality is important. But if you haven't started your first video, just post something. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. You have to get used to the camera. Even myself, I took theater in high school, did a little bit of acting, and getting in front of the camera and posting, it's just weird. The kids are terrible with the camera. They are terrible. So I was having Emily take pictures of me at the farmer's market week before last. I'm like, Emily, I need you to hold the camera up high at an angle or you're going to get my double chin. You're getting my double chin. She's like, Mom. I'm like, no double chins are going on social media. Save that mess for YouTube. But it's fun. Do you have any flower seeds growing inside? Yes, I do have several things growing inside. Right now, I finally got zinnias and cosmos started. I've got some empty shelves I need to fill up. I just haven't had time. I've got amaranth going. I've got La Bamba. I've got a lot of stuff outside hardening off as well that I just took off the shelves. I'm hoping to get them in the ground the next week or two. And I need to get celosa started. When I tell you I'm behind on seed starting, I am really, really behind on seed starting. Okay, so, let's see, I have to get, taller fencing up. Yeah, next video is about the deer. Sunday's video is all about the deer, guys. Deer are horrendous. They really are. My family are hunters. I grew up in the woods, basically. During this winter month, during deer season, we stayed in a camper, and Mom would drive me to school from the camping ground so that her and Daddy could hunt. I grew up on deer meat. I didn't know people actually bought beef in the store, okay? And I couldn't bring myself to hunt deer. I can eat deer meat, but I went squirrel hunting with my mom once and never again. Can't do it. But these deer are making me start to change my mind. I'm like, is it deer season? I need the shotgun. We're about to have some deer steak. Oh, they hop right over your fence like it's nothing. Yeah, your fence has to be really tall. Have you seen the Deer Fortress video that Nicole at Flower Hill Farm built? If y'all haven't seen her fencing system, oh my gosh, it is a beautiful thing. What is the most profitable flower? Okay, so the most profitable flower is sunflowers. If you go over to You Can Eat the Grass, they actually have a whole video on most profitable flowers for flower farming, but definitely sunflowers, Gafrina, zinnias, the cut and come again flowers. I'm actually on 33 acres, but we only farm maybe less than a quarter of an acre. I've got about 3,000 square feet that I have for my flowers and another 3,000, so about 6,000 square feet total is what I'm working with. I would love to expand back more, but it's just getting that soil up to level and being able to afford it and deal with time. I've tripled what I grew last year, and I'm really hoping to start selling to florists this year. I'm hoping to bring them like a small bundle of sunflowers, maybe 10 sunflowers to each florist. Be like, hey, for flowers, let me know. I have had several ask about my tulips, but I didn't have enough for both. Definitely didn't have enough. Yeah, girl, come on, Candace. Come on down to Louisiana. I can't cook for you. My husband will cook for you. We'll make something good, and y'all can hunt the deer. and take them away. I've tried to get my parents to do it, and they haven't done it yet. My brother-in-law talked about it, and I was like, I need you, Jared. Come on. Come, set up a blind. You can sit out on my back porch if you want to and just get them. Get Bambi's mom. I hate to say that, but get Bambi's mom. She's got to go. Yeah, hunt and cook. I'm good with that. I love me some food. I've never missed a meal. I love me some food. Oh, yeah. Thank God I married a man who loves to cook, guys. God knew what he was doing because I don't cook. There are very few things I can cook. I can cook fried deer steak, cook it with perfection. I can cook barbecue beans, potato salad, and deviled eggs. That's it. I cannot fry chicken. I can't cook anything else. We do a home delivery meal service, and even then, when they've got like directions, my husband's like, you don't need to be doing that. Like, but it says to do this. He's like, your heat is too high. You're going to burn it. Don't do it. And then I do it anyway, and then it just like turns black. And he's like, move over, Jesse. Yeah, cooking videos. Nobody would watch my cooking videos except to make fun of me and tell me how bad of a cook I am. I think there's that show, Worst Cooks in America. That's me. So funny story, my husband was sitting, I was sitting, came up to me and he told my daughter, he said, Emily, make sure that you marry someone as great as your mother. And she looked at him and she went, you mean someone who can't cook? I was like, ow. That hurt. That's really funny. That was a good comeback, but it really hurt. I can grow flowers. I can't cook. Oh, thank you, not Candace. Severine, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Thank you. I'm actually wanting to go blonder, but that's not going to happen until next month. Never been blonde. I've always wanted to be blonde. Going to go blonde. Figured why not? Let's try it. Plus, everybody does it now, so might as well try. I'll keep the top part my natural color, but I'll let the rest of it kind of go blonde, and I think it'll be pretty, especially in the summer. I'm just glad my head didn't turn orange. I was really scared of my head turning like Oompa Loompa orange. You'll eat these words someday, Miss Flower Killer. Yeah, I've killed a good bit of plants. Let's see. Shall we take a minute to remember the plants that I've killed so far this year? Status. Killed Status, 150. But technically that wasn't my fault. That was COVID, right? Because I couldn't cover them in time. And all my stock. I killed all my stock by accident. Once again, freeze. Hello, COVID. I killed my sweet peas. I killed a bunch of snapdragons that I didn't get planted. I killed a whole plug tray of Canterbury bells. Hey, come on, Candace. Let me know. You can sleep in the plant room. We have a pull-out couch. I'll make room for you. Or we'll kick the kids out of their room. Come on. Come get some Southern hospitality. Ruston's a great place, guys. If you've ever wanted to go somewhere, Ruston is just amazing. I love my hometown. Hate it growing up. Love it as an adult. So much to do with your family. And it's not too big. It's a small city. Love Ruston, Louisiana. So come on, Candace. I'm out in the sticks, but we'll hook you up. Maybe you can sleep in the camper. So how are the rest of y'all doing? Any other questions, guys? We're coming up on the hour. And maybe this time they'll actually pop up in the chat and I won't be thinking that you're just ignoring me. Which, I kept tapping it, wondering where are these comments, and none of them were showing up. YouTube. I don't know if to blame YouTube or myself for just not being technology savvy at this point. Who knows? But I'm pretty excited. I really think I have come far on YouTube compared to my older videos. I'm doing a 400 square foot cut garden and was wondering about how many of each plant would be reasonable to plant. So Christina, that just depends on you and what you want to sell. If you're like me, you will probably start seeds for way more than you have room for. And then you're like, well, I'll just, get rid of the ones that I don't really need. It'll be okay, but you want to save all the plants, so you end up planting them all, and then they're just kind of crowded, and it's just because you couldn't throw away a plant. But it really depends what you're growing. You're going to want to grow, if you're doing market bouquets, you're going to want to grow twice as much filler as you think you need. You need way more filler than you do focal flower. First time, just giving all away. Do you do veggies too? Interested in flowers? So roses aren't fenced, but so far they're okay. Veggies. So my husband gets kind of frustrated with me because I won't grow vegetables. I tried growing pumpkins, and out of the 30 pumpkins I planted, I had two vines that actually produced pumpkins. They got taken over by these squash beetle things, and it was the polar bear pumpkins. Those were the only ones that actually worked. My regular orange pumpkins, nothing. So I tend to stay away from vegetables, though I was tempted by Johnny's to grow cantaloupe. I have type 2 diabetes, and cantaloupe is really good to eat for dessert when I'm craving something sweet. So I was really thinking about growing some cantaloupe. I'm like, Jesse, there's all these instructions on Johnny's that kind of intimidates me. I'm like, oh, that sounds like Lizzie Anthus mess. I don't know if I can do this. So I'm tempted to try again. I don't know, maybe I'll beg Serena to give me all her tips on her vegetables. Let's see, I saw some more questions. Pull up my chat. Why do you not keep them? Okay, I don't know how to get the chat back up, but I think y'all said, is there any new flowers that I'm growing this season? There is. I'm trying to grow Canterbury bells for the first time. It's not going well. Honestly, it's not going well. But anemones, that was a brand new flower that I grew this year, and it's doing great. I'm loving it. But no, I'm really sticking to the basics this year. I'm growing a lot of sunflowers, a lot of zinnias, gomphrena. I'm probably going to do 5 of each variety. So I've got 50. I've got 50 in a tray. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I've got 50 seeds started in a tray. I told myself that some won't germinate, it'll be okay. It looks like they're all going to germinate, and I'm going to have 50 seedlings of gomphrena, and I'm going to find a spot to put them, and I'll probably have the blob again like I did last year, and I'll complain every single bit about harvesting them. But I got Carmine, the bright hot pink looking color. I got lilac, however you want to pronounce it. I got Audrey pink, rose, and something else. I don't remember. But yeah, I got those planted. Cosmos, planting a lot of cosmos this year. Oh, I'm trying the Apollo series of cosmos. I really like the double click cosmos as a single. So last year was a bad year with my cosmos. I really struggled with cosmos last year. So hoping this year I do better. This year I'm just struggling with snapdragons. Not sure. Any plans on buying a cooler? Oh, yes. Oh, how many gomphrena did I plant my first year? I planted like 20 gomphrena my first year, and it turned into the blob. I would like to buy a cooler. My last frost date is early November, but it'll frost, and then we'll have like a warm period until January. We really don't get cold until January-ish. And then that question just disappeared. Come back question. There we go. Did you direct sow cosmos? So last year, one question at a time, I'm sorry. I would like to buy a cooler. I don't have a space for a cooler. If I can find a cooler for an affordable price, I will make space for a cooler. It may be in my bedroom, maybe in my closet. I don't know. I will find a space. It may be in my daughter's bedroom. Like, you live here rent-free. I don't care that you're 12. It's rent-free. You're going to have a cooler in your room. We'll find a place for it if I can find it. Oh, Oh, you popped up and then you went away. Why, chat? There we go. Did you direct sow Cosmos? I direct sowed last year on Cosmos and regretted it. I made a lot of mistakes last year, one of which was not using landscape fabric. This year, everything's in landscape fabric except sunflowers. That is the only thing that's not going in landscape fabric. My bulbs are not in landscape fabric, and I'm really regretting that decision. I see a lot of flower farmers growing for dry bouquets. I don't have enough room. Sorry. I don't have enough room for dried flowers. So, and I'm not really that interested in dried flowers yet. Maybe one day. But, I'm like squirrel today, guys. I know I'm normally better on the chat, and I'm sorry I'm moving the camera. I'm trying to get the chat to come back up. I don't know. But, landscape fabric. I didn't plant my bulbs in landscape fabric. I'm kind of regretting that, especially with ranunculus. The weeds have really overtaken that area now at this point, and I'm just like, ugh. But everything but the sunflowers will be in landscape fabric. The only reason the sunflowers are not is because as we go through the season, I'll retill the used sunflowers in and then replant that area. Yes, I have thought about no dig. I used to be very much against no dig because it's so much money and I'm so big. I don't think no till, no dig would be possible. However, with the tulips, having the rot and tulip fire this year, and then the bulbs not coming up, them snapping off, I found a post somewhere, I forget where, on how they did their no-till tulips, where they just use some deck boards and some garden stakes and compost that way. I said, okay, I think next year I'm going to give tulips a try again, and we're going to do that. I'm still not happy with my tulips. I'm still upset that I lost about half of my tulips, guys. I was really hoping to get myself out of the flower farm hole that I've created by selling tulips. I'm almost out of the hole that I created, but I've got to buy more bulbs. So I think next year I'll give them one more try. We're going to keep the bulbs in the refrigerator till January. And we're going to do the deck boards with compost and do them on top of the ground and do it that way. And we'll see what happens. And if I fail again, then I'm just going to accept that God does not want me to have that many tulips, and I'll just have to live with it. Built a little at a time, so it wasn't a big expense. Yeah, girl, I go big or go home. But it would be a long way, and it would be expensive, but I think the cost overall would be worth it for what I could sell the tulips for. Because if I can get those long, beautiful stems and be able to store them efficiently with the bulb attached, I think it would be worth it. But yeah, I'm not direct sowing anything this year, seed-wise, besides sunflowers. I am direct seeding sunflowers. I did transplant a few because I started some 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I have a head start on the season. But the rest of them, I'm using my off-brand earthblade seeder to direct sow. But cosmos are being started in trays. I'm starting zinnias in trays. I always direct sowed zinnias until last year. Last year, monsoon took out my zinnias, and then they weren't popping up that fast. I wasn't sure. I think that's my zinnia. Maybe a weed. I'm not sure. So I am transplanting everything this year. A lot of hokey poking. I may direct seed basil. I plant so much basil that it may be worth it to direct sow because it grows so thick, and basil is not going in the landscape fabric. I'm going to put my basil where my tulips are, and I've got dahlias in. Dahlias are going to go in the bulb bed. I don't know if I'll do those in landscape fabric. Yeah, I bet it does save time on not weeding. The weeds are horrendous right now, guys. And I do have some growing through the holes in my landscape fabric that are empty, but they're not bad. They're manageable. I can go and just pull them out of the hole and it'll be fine. I need my job to let me make the same pay that I make now working full time, but let me work like half days instead. You think that would fly? Think it'd fly? Probably not, but it would really help me out. I have done dahlias before. This is my third attempt with dahlias. So one of the biggest struggles is I am a southern grower. I grow flowers in the south. We're hot. We're humid. There's not many YouTubers and people with directions on how to grow flowers in our climate, in our zones. Those of you who are growing in a similar climate know what I mean. You've got Nicole and Flower Hill Farm up in New York. You've got Serena, all these people with dry air, dry climates where it's hot but it's dry. Our humidity makes the heat feel 10 times worse than it is. So what I've learned is my dahlias hate the humidity and the heat here. It's bad. But somebody told me if I put frost cloth up, okay, I'll do that in just a second. If I put shade cloth up and shade the dahlias in the afternoon, that I should be okay. So, yep, shade cloth and lots of watering. You just hit it on the head. So that's what I'm going to do this year, is I'm going to use shade cloth and see how that does, and we'll see how those dahlias do. What am I using for flowers? Filler right now. So I believe, Lisa, I think it was you that told me about Sam's Club having filler. So I'm ordering a thing of salva filler from Sam's. It's stayed good this entire time. It has lasted for weeks, and it lasts for weeks in the face. It's amazing. So I'm using that. I am also going to walk my property. I'm walking my property and just finding trees and any kind of greenery I can. At work, I found a flowering tree in a ditch, and I was like, I don't even have pruners right now, but I just started ripping off branches. But during the summer, I will have a lot more filler. Way more filler. Basil is my go-to filler for greenery. I like Mrs. Burns lemon basil and the cinnamon basil. I do not like the purple basil. It stinks, and I don't know if I was harvesting it wrong. The rest of my basil did great, but it didn't have a nice look to it after a day or two. I didn't like it. My next fillers that are flowers would be Gomphrena, Celosa, Amaranth, and Cosmos. They're amazing. Bachelor buttons will be coming soon. If the deer will stop eating them, I'll have bachelor buttons, and those will last me until about June when it's too hot for them and then they die back. I'm growing dill this year. There goes something I haven't grown before. I'm growing dill, and it's actually working. I tried to grow it last year, but it was too hot. I didn't realize it's a cool flower. I need to plant a lot more of it. I do direct sow dill now. I tried transplanting dill. It does not go well. So direct sowing dill, over sow the dill, and then thin out as you can is working really good for me. Ooh, I would like it if the dill got crazy and self-seeded. Maybe I need to go dig a little hole in the back area that's out of the flower farm area and plant it there and see if it'll take over. Wouldn't that be nice? I really want to plant some yarrow in the very back area outside the flower farm as well, and see if it'll spread and do well there, so we can have like a perennial bed. We'll get there one way. I can grow a few peonies in my area. They do not do well here in the south, but I think there's a few varieties that we can actually grow here with some shade. But peonies, they say you need to wait 3 years to harvest, and I'm still figuring out my farm layout. I'm still figuring out my farm layout, so I'm hesitant to put anything permanent in yet. So the roses are the first permanent thing I've really done, and they're off to the side. Yes, I tried the new hairdresser, my beloved hairdresser who I love, Miss Melinda. She retired back in October. That's why I don't have bangs anymore. It was because I've been too lazy to go find a new hairdresser, because finding your hairdresser is a personal thing, man. I've got to find somebody who talks to me and doesn't make me feel completely awkward. And the lady did a good job. But I will not be going back to her. I found another person who took pity on me and it's going to see me in April. I think we clicked. I think we'll do well. I pray we do well. I don't want to look for another hairdresser. I hate looking for hairdressers. I want my person. I find my person and then we stay together and you do my hair always and tell me what I'm doing wrong and how to fix it. I am not a glamour person, guys. If you were to look at my 7th grade yearbook when I tried to straighten my hair goes out of frame because it just froed out when I tried to straighten it. I use Stitch Fix for my clothing at work because I don't know how to dress myself to look all fancy and professional. I am a t-shirt and jeans kind of gal, and that's about as much as we go. I had to watch a lot of YouTubers learn how to do my makeup. I didn't even know how to do that till I was like 30. Grew up in the country, guys. All right, we are past an hour. I've really enjoyed talking to y'all. I mean it for real this time. Oh, well, never mind. Hang on. It's on 8 never run any flowers aside zinnias. Rocky clay. Ooh. Yeah, just keep adding organic growth to it, Nicole. Clay can be good, as what I've learned, clay can be good, but you just gotta keep adding organic matter back into your soil and really helping it be healthy. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'm really going this time now that I can see the comments. I really enjoy hanging out with you, and thank you guys really for always tuning in, watching, sharing, and liking, and spreading the word about my flower farm. I really appreciate it. Every time you spread the word, it really does help the channel grow. Every like and comment that you do, it's really encouraging. Thank you for all the advice and the encouragement, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.